Never-Ending Narratives presents The Sorcerer's Sword, written by hero protagonist.
The party forms up at the gate, Sarah on point, Edwin behind her. Rin behind Edwin, eyes already scanning the tree line with the nervous attention of a rabbit in open ground. Me at the rear. Pip is in the doorway of the inn. She doesn't wave, she just watches, arms folded, one shoulder against the frame. And when I look back, she holds my gaze for 3 seconds before she goes inside. Marin is at her window. A hand raised, brief, then the curtain falls. Aldrich's hammer starts up behind us. The sound follows us to the tree line, and then the forest swallows it. The trade road is older than Dustfin. You can feel it under your boots. Packed earth worn by decades of cartwheels and foot traffic, grooved and rutted, and slowly being reclaimed by the forest on both sides. Once this was a proper road. Now it's a suggestion the trees are considering overruling. Sarah sets the pace. Not fast, not slow. The measured stride of someone who knows that speed means noise, and noise means things with 6 legs know where you are. 30 minutes in, she holds up a fist. Everyone stops.
Tracks,
She says quietly. She crouches, points. 6-legged prints in the soft earth at the road's edge. Wide, deep. The gate pattern spreading outward into the undergrowth to the east.
Hex Crawler Patrol, 2 of them, heading east.
She touches the edge of the nearest print.
8 hours old, maybe 10. They crossed the road during the night and kept moving.
She stands, pulls out her map.
We're here. This patrol crossed between zones 1 and 2. If they're running on schedule, they won't loop back for another 6 hours.
She folds the map.
We move, eyes open.
The forest changes as we walk. Slowly at first. A tree with bark darker than it should be. A patch of undergrowth that's gray instead of green. A stream crossing, where the water runs clear but the stones underneath have a faint iridescent sheen I recognize from the old mill pond. I fall into step beside Edwin and tell him what to watch for. Ironwood tree, silver white bark, smooth, grows near ley lines. Aldrich needs the sap for the armor. I've got the vial. Edwin nods without breaking stride.
I know ironwood, rare but not unheard of. The temple archives mention them as markers. They grow where the boundary between our world and the divine runs thin. Ley line anchors.
He glances at the corrupted undergrowth.
If the corruption hasn't killed them. We'll be passing through deeper old growth near the Brennick farm. That area sits close to the same ley line the old mill tapped. If there's ironwood anywhere between here and the delve, it'll be there.
He looks at me.
I'll watch for it.
I scan the tree line as we walk. Dark barked oak and ash and twisted elm. No silver white bark, not in this stretch, maybe further northeast. I keep the vial in my pack and my eyes open. Then I notice it. Not with my eyes, with the silence. For the first hour of walking, the forest was alive. Birds, insects, Small things rustling in the undergrowth. Normal forest noise. It stopped. I can't pinpoint when, but the air around us is silent now, in a way that has texture. The trees are taller here, older, the canopy thicker, and the sounds that should fill the space between them have packed up and left. The forest is quiet, I say. Sarah nods without turning.
Has been for the last 10 minutes. You're the first to say it.
Edwin has gone pale. His hand is on the flame symbol at his neck.
It's the thinning.
He says quietly.
The same thing my farmhands described. We're closer to the source. The ambient presence is stronger here. Not dangerous yet, but strong enough to push wildlife out. If it starts affecting us, fatigue, whispers, the feeling of being watched, we say it out loud, immediately.
Rin hasn't spoken since the village gate. His knuckles are white on his pack straps. Another hour. The trade road narrows. The trees press in. The gray corruption is more visible now. Patches of bark that look bleached, leaves curling inward, a wrongness in the color of things that's hard to name, but easy to feel. My stomach tightens. 3 hours since breakfast. The ember burns hot, and the body that houses it doesn't care about Hexcrawler patrols when the fuel gauge hits empty. Whew, we need to eat, soon, Sarah points. A rocky clearing just off the road. A fallen tree creating a natural windbreak. Sight lines in 3 directions.
10 minutes. Eat fast.
The party pulls off the road. Sarah takes a position facing northeast, chewing dried meat without looking at it, watching the tree line. Edwin distributes rations, hard bread, cheese, dried fruit. Rin sits on a rock with his pack between his knees and eats in small, nervous bites. I eat. The hunger settles, the ember calms. Then Sarah goes still mid-chew. Her hand moves to her sword.
Nobody move.
She says quietly. Her eyes are fixed on a point 60 feet northeast through the trees. I follow her gaze. Movement. Low. The size of a large dog, but the shape entirely wrong. Too many joints. A head swinging in slow arcs, tasting the air. Then a second shape. Flanking wide to the right. Same size, same wrong geometry. Moving in coordinated silence. 2 hex crawlers, moving toward the road, toward us. They haven't seen the party yet. The fallen tree and the rocky clearing are providing cover, but they're closing. 60 feet and shrinking. Sarah's voice is barely a breath.
2. Coming from the northeast. 60 feet. They're hunting. Sweeping pattern. They'll hit our scent in about 30 seconds.
She draws her sword without a sound. Edwin's hands are shaking, but he's reaching for the crossbow. Rin has gone absolutely white and frozen. Sarah is looking at me, waiting. She follows the plan of whoever's calling the shots in the field. Right now, that's me. Sarah, go for the one 50 feet east-northeast. Edwin, back her up with bolts, but keep your distance. I'll take the one 60 feet out. I grab a sharp flint. The ember catches the edge. Instant, hungry, silver-white light blooming in my palm. I break from cover and sprint 25 feet toward my target. 35 feet, long range. But the hex crawler doesn't know I'm here. I throw. The flint crosses the gap in a silver streak and hits the hex crawler square in the flank. The force detonation blows chitin fragments in a ring. The creature shrieks, that sub-frequency vibration I remember from the mill, the one that lives in your back teeth. It staggers sideways, 6 legs scrambling, 6 eyes snap into my position. It sees me. All 6 eyes lock on. From the east, the sound of Sarah's blade finding its target, a lateral cut that takes the second hex crawler across 2 of its front legs. Chitin splits. Dark iridescent fluid sprays across the bracken. The creature screams in harmony with the first, The same awful song in different keys. Then a crossbow bolt punches through the second creature's rear membrane. Edwin. Ugly release, wobbly flight, but it hit. The Hexcrawler bucks. The surprise round is spent. Both creatures are wounded, alerted, and I can see them reorganizing. The coordinated intelligence Sarah warned me about. My Hexcrawler isn't charging blindly. It's circling, moving laterally, keeping distance, looking for a flank angle. The second one is backing up, drawing Sarah forward, toward the gap where the first one could loop around behind her. They're not panicking, they're coordinating. The ember forks down my legs. Silver-white light detonates under my first footfall, and the world lurches. Arcane stride. 50 feet of forest disappears in 4 strides, each step kicking force off the earth. The trees blur. Sarah's back appears ahead of me, the wounded Hexcrawler beyond her, leaking fluid, bolt in its flank. Doesn't see me coming, because nothing in this forest moves this fast. I blow past Sarah on her left. The longsword clears the scabbard mid-stride. No arcane edge. The ember is busy being rocket boots. Just naked steel and momentum. The slash comes from the sprint. Every ounce of speed channeled into a diagonal cut aimed at the creature's wounded flank. The blade bites through cracked chitin and sinks into the meat underneath. The Hexcrawler shrieks and drops. Mid-shriek, the sound cuts off like someone closed the door on it. 6 legs fold inward, and the body hits the forest floor with a wet crunch. 1 hit, 1 kill. I'm already past it. The momentum carries me 10 feet beyond the corpse. I dig my boots into the soft earth and stop clean. Weight-centered, sword up, no tree required. I turn. The Hexcrawler is a heap of chitin and dark fluid. Sarah is standing over it with her sword raised for a strike that's no longer needed.
I had that.
She says. She doesn't waste time. Her head snaps toward the first Hexcrawler, the one that was circling to flank her. It's 40 feet away now, 6 eyes locked on the spot where its partner just died. Sarah sprints, closes the distance. Her blade catches the creature across the front 2 legs as it tries to pivot. Chitin cracks. Edwin's second bolt sails wide and thunks into a tree. He winces. The creature is hurt, badly. Its partner is dead. The flanking maneuver is broken. It's surrounded. Sarah in front, me behind, with silver light fading from my boots. It runs, 6 legs churning earth, the wounded side dragging, crashing through undergrowth, heading northeast at full speed. In 3 seconds, it's 40 feet away. In 5, it's lost in the tree line, toward the delve, toward whatever sent it. Sarah watches it go.
It's running home.
She says quietly.
Which means whatever is at home now knows we're coming.
Silence. The forest holds its breath. Iridescent fluid pools under the dead Hexcrawler. Ren's head appears above the rocks. He stares at the corpse, then at me, then at the silver fading footprints carved into the earth.
What are you?
He whispers. Sarah sheathes her sword, walks to the dead Hexcrawler, crouches, examines it with clinical precision.
You crossed 50 feet in about 2 seconds.
She says without looking up.
And killed it in one swing.
She stands, looks at me.
You're not a swordsman, Kenji. You're a striker. You hit once, hard, and you're gone before anything touches you.
She looks northeast.
That one will reach the delve before we reach the Brennick farm. If there's anything intelligent directing these patrols, it knows our numbers, our direction, and that one of us moves faster than anything in this forest.
She picks up her pack.
We move, now, fast pace. No more stops until the farm.
The trade road narrows further. The corruption deepens. Trees leaning at wrong angles. Patches of earth that look exhausted. a smell underneath everything, like old pennies left in standing water. Then through a gap in the canopy, the angular shape of a roofline, timber framed, sagging slightly to the east, a stone chimney with nothing coming out of it. The Brennick Farm. The clearing opens around us, 50 feet of open ground between the tree line and the farmhouse. The grass is dead. Not autumn dead, wrong dead. Gray and brittle, crunching under our boots like old paper. A vegetable garden to the left has collapsed into itself. The plants blackened and curled inward. The farmhouse is intact, but abandoned. The front door is closed. One window shutter hangs loose, swaying in a wind I can't feel. A wood pile beside the house still has an axe wedged in the splitting log, untouched for 6 weeks. I see them. Boot prints in the dead grass leading from the front door to the tree line north. One set, deep, evenly spaced, walking, not running. Harlan's last walk. No return prints. And then I feel it. Not with my eyes, not with my ears, with the ember. A pull, faint, steady, coming from below the farmhouse, like standing at the edge of deep water and feeling the current tug at your ankles. The ember reacts, not with fear, not with eagerness, with recognition. It knows what's down there, or it knows the kind of thing that's down there. Edwin has stopped walking. His hand is on his flame symbol. His face is gray.
I feel it.
He says quietly.
The bleed. It's stronger here than anywhere in Duskfan. Much stronger.
The cellar doors. Wooden double doors set into the ground at the side of the building. One slightly ajar, dark underneath. Sarah looks at me.
This is your call, Kenji. We talked about the plan. 1 hour maximum, seals ready. Everyone watches for symptoms. How do you want to approach?
We may be able to do multiple tries, I tell her. Let's do what we can in the first hour and make it back to camp with Ren to discuss what we learned. Sarah nods.
Smart. Reconnaissance, not commitment.
Ren is at the tree line. I tell him to set up camp in the trees, off the road, concealed. 1 hour. If we're not back in 90 minutes...
I run. I know.
He says it quietly, without shame.
90 minutes, then I'm gone.
He disappears into the tree line. Good. Safe. Out of it. Edwin prepares us. The silver leaf tea, pale green with a faint shimmer, brewed in an iron flask, poured into clay travel cups.
Drink all of it. It dulls receptivity. You'll still feel the presence, but the voice won't get through as clearly. Lasts roughly 2 hours.
I drink. It tastes like wet leaves and copper. Something settles behind my eyes. A slight muffling, like someone draped a cloth over a part of my mind I didn't know was exposed. The ember notices, pulses once, doesn't fight it. The binding wraps come next. Consecrated cloth wound around our wrists, cool and faintly damp. Blessed water.
Ambient protection,
Edwin said. He pulls out the 2 seal of the wandering flame discs. Iron, etched with the cupped flame, heavy for their size.
If we find the door and the presence is still behind it, I place these on the frame and speak the rite. 30 seconds.
He looks between us.
Don't let anything kill me for 30 seconds.
Sarah almost smiles. Sarah takes point, I say. Edwin in the middle. I'll cover our rear. My speed won't work down there. Our best bet is to see threats before they see us. The cellar doors open to stone steps descending into darkness. Sarah goes first. Sword in her right hand, left hand trailing the stone wall. Edwin follows, and the light comes with him. His flame symbol glows, soft amber. The warm radius of a campfire, maybe 15 feet. Enough to see walls and stairs and shapes. Not enough to see the far end of a large room.
The wandering flame,
He says.
minor invocation, lasts as long as my concentration holds. If I take a hit, it goes out.
So Edwin is the light source. He takes a hit, we're all blind,
Stay between us.
Sarah tells him.
If something comes from the front, I handle it. If something comes from behind,
She looks at me. That's mine. 8 steps. The air changes. Colder, damper, the smell of old earth thickening. The stone walls are rough cut, hand dug. 20 years of Harlan Brennick's stubbornness carved into clay and rock. The cellar opens. A root cellar, 15 feet by 20. Low ceiling. Shelves along the left wall holding clay jars of preserved food, most still sealed. A workbench against the right wall with tools, handsaw, chisels, measuring cord. Harlan was expanding the cellar when he heard the sounds. And at the far end, the stone door. It doesn't belong. Everything in this cellar is clay and timber and human hands. The door is other. Smooth gray stone, no mortar, no frame. The surface covered in carved symbols worn almost flat by time that dwarfs the farm, the village, everything built by human hands in this region. The symbols catch Edwin's amber light and seem to drink it. The door is 6 inches ajar. The pull hits me through the silver leaf like a wave hitting a seawall. Muffled but present. Coming through that 6-inch gap with the steady patience of water finding a crack. The ember responds, not with fear, not with eagerness, with the taut attention of something that has met its own kind and isn't sure yet if it's friend or predator. Sarah hasn't moved. Her sword is up. Her knuckles are white.
that's not human construction.
She says.
That's not even close.
Edwin's light flickers. Not from wind, from his hands trembling. He steadies them. His eyes are locked on the symbols.
Old,
He whispers.
older than the wandering flame, older than any scripture I've read. These symbols, I don't know the language, but the structure, it's a threshold ward. This door was meant to stay closed.
Scratch marks on the floor. Deep gouges in the packed earth leading from the stairs to the door. 10 fingernails worth of desperate clawing, but going the wrong direction. Toward the door, not away from it. Harlan didn't claw his way out. He clawed his way in. We need to secure the door open, a known route out. I grab both chisels from the workbench. Sarah sheathes her sword, and we put our hands on the stone. The surface is cold. Not cellar cold, deep earth cold. The symbols under my palms feel like they're vibrating. We push. The door resists, not mechanically. It resists the way deep water resists the hand pushing through it. I plant my feet and push with everything my legs and shoulders have, and Sarah grunts beside me, and the stone grinds against the floor. A sound that vibrates through my molars. 1 foot, 2 feet, 3. The pull surges. Something pushes against the inside of my mind like a hand pressing on a window. The ember flares in response, a pulse of heat that feels like a door being bolted from the inside. I jam both chisels under the door's base. They bite and hold. Sarah tests it. The door doesn't move.
It'll hold unless something stronger than us pushes from the other side.
She says.
So we work fast.
I look at the 3-foot gap, the darkness beyond. Even Edwin's amber glow stops at the threshold. Not fades, stops. The dark on the other side isn't shadow, it's substance,
That's not natural darkness.
Edwin said.
That's the presence itself. This has been a Never-Ending Narratives production, The Sorcerer's Sword, written by Hero Protagonist. Thank you for listening. New chapters arrive weekly. Stay tuned.
Thank you.